Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess and thank you so much for tuning in with me. Today's video is going to be the semi-long awaited skincare routine. Today's skincare routine is cruelty-free and I have been waiting on doing the video because I didn't want to do it until my skincare routine was whittled down to the cruelty-free things. It's been very hard as far as transitioning for me, but made easier with the websites Logical Harmony, which I'll put a picture of and a link to in the down bar, and Cruelty Free Kitty. These two websites have been absolutely so helpful in helping you transition into cruelty-free skincare and makeup, of course, as well. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be, so if it is on the longer side, I apologize. I just don't want to forget anything, and definitely grab yourself a cup of tea. I do want to mention something about my skin, and I made the point to wear less makeup today so you guys could actually just see my skin as it is. I do have some makeup on. I do have makeup on, I'm not gonna lie to you, but you can see my skin. I'm very pale. My skin is cystic acne prone. Not like fully, but the spots that I do get are often cystic. I have very, very dry skin with dermatitis. If you don't know what dermatitis is, it is basically when your skin becomes inflamed and irritated and it just kind of gets itchy and little bumps start to pop up. All of that in mind, I'm not a dermatologist. If you are interested in any more in-depth information as far as what I'm talking about, I would recommend going to see a dermatologist if you don't already. If you can afford to, it's definitely worth it. And if you are pale, if you have a lot of freckles or moles, definitely go see your dermatologist. Dr. Steve Roll for your health. I go see my dermatologist yearly. I think it's super, super important if you are any of the things I just mentioned. So first things first, when I wake up in the morning, I wash my face. Now, if it is really like dead of winter and I am super, super parched, often I won't wash my face twice in one day, and I know that that sounds like a little crazy, but I can't afford to lose that moisture. And when I do, I either use the Paula's Choice Clear Pore Normalizing Cleanser for blemish prone skin. I really like this cleanser because what it does is it foams. It's a good foaming cleanser, but it sort of resets my skin. It brings it back to where it's supposed to be. I feel like it's a little bit drying and a little tight, but it definitely is super squeaky clean. I definitely don't use this when my skin is super, super dry and I don't have blemish problems, but if I do, this is a really, really good one to use. The other cleanser that I use is the DERMA Purifying Gel Cleanser with activated charcoal in it. I've been using a couple of things from DERMA now and they are absolutely fantastic. I can't recommend this brand enough if you are new to being cruelty-free. So it says it's a gel cleanser, but this cleanser actually doesn't foam up at all. It's more of a gel. Once you add water, it kind of turns into a milk and it just wipes away. It doesn't leave the skin feeling tight or dry. It's just clean. So more often than not, I'll use this cleanser over the Paula's Choice blemish prone one, just because this doesn't irritate already aggravated skin. I didn't mention this, but I do have sensitive skin. Once my skin has been thoroughly cleaned, I will skip toner. I don't really use toner in the morning. Instead, I will follow up my cleanser with a serum, and I'm getting low on this, but this is the Glossier Super Bounce Serum. This is probably my very favorite product from Glossier at the moment. It is fantastic. It's a super thin formula, but it's very like milky and it just comes in this little dropper glass bottle. But the Super Bounce is really nice because it has hyaluronic acid in it. And I'll go into more depth about hyaluronic acid, but it basically helps your skin retain moisture. And it's super helpful for me all year round, but especially in the winter when my skin is prone to being cold and dry. After I have used that serum on my skin, I then want to go in with a moisturizer. I'll either use my Glossier Priming Moisturizer, which is a really great tool that I keep around. This is really excellent before putting on makeup. Makeup sits beautifully over the top of it, just creates a nice smooth base, or if you're not wearing makeup, it still sits really, really nicely on the skin. If I do use the Glossier moisturizer, I will pair it with the Glossier Invisible Shield. I've talked about this SPF a lot. It is a gel formula and it is not white, it's completely clear. I can show you on the back of of my hand. That is it right there. Just disappears into nothing. And smells kind of like orange peel. Really, really nice. This has an SPF of 35 broad spectrum. It sinks into the skin and it doesn't leave a film or anything really horrible that makes my makeup ball up. It's just really a great sunscreen. I'll use this after the priming moisturizer. That's just how they say to use it, and I've had really great success doing so. If I don't use that combination, I will use the Paula's Choice Resist Skin Restoring Moisturizer, which has a broad spectrum SPF 50 for normal to dry skin. I really like this product because it's a 2-in-1. This is a white cream moisturizer. I'll show you on the back of my hand. So it is white and it can get a little chalky, but I do think for myself it blends in pretty well. Keep in mind I'm white as death, so I don't really worry about white chalky sunscreens, but this definitely isn't the chalkiest I've tried. It doesn't make me look ghostlier or more like, it doesn't give me that deathly pallor that a lot of classic sunscreens have. The active ingredients in it, the first one is avobenzone, which is a chemical sunscreen instead of a physical sunscreen. If you want more in-depth information on that, I'm actually gonna link below another YouTuber's video. Her name is Jackie Ina. If you don't already follow Jackie Ina, I can't imagine why you don't, because she's amazing and hilarious and super knowledgeable, but I will leave that video linked down below. She goes into talking about sunscreens that don't make you look ashier by adding that awful white cast, so it's a really good video to check out. But I really love this product if I want that kind of one and done system where I don't have to worry about it. I just apply this and can go straight into applying my makeup. So now I'm just going to jump into a quick intermittent piece, which doesn't really fit in daytime and it doesn't really fit in my nighttime skincare routine. These are the add-ons. So I have 3 masks and 1 spot treatment. The first mask is the cheapest and the best kept secret as far as cystic acne goes. This is the AZTEC Secret Indian Healing Clay. It is the world's most powerful facial deep pore cleansing. It's 100% natural calcium bentonite clay. It is a loose powder. I'll mix this with apple cider vinegar and a little bit of almond oil until it makes a smooth but thick paste, and I'll just spread that all over my face with a little plastic spoon and let that dry completely, and you'll feel it tingling, and then just use warm water and rinse it off, and it really shrinks your pores. I usually use it in targeted spots because my skin is so dry that if I use this everywhere, I would be a little crocodile. I would be so horribly over dried out. But if you have oily skin, oh my god, this is a staple. If you have acne, this is a lifesaver. Or if you just have big pores and you don't want them on your face, this is amazing. My boyfriend and I both use this and we absolutely love it. The second mask I have is also a purifying one. It's also by DERMA, and this is the DERMA Purifying 2-in-1 Charcoal Mask. It has activated charcoal inside of it. What is so nice about this mask is that it has little granules of charcoal that aren't broken up. So as you apply warm water and rinse this off, it sort of scrubs and exfoliates further, which is so nice because as you've lifted out all of the impurities of your skin, you want to sort of exfoliate them away. And that's what this does. It's not harsh at all. They're very small, fine granules, but it's so lovely. Your skin feels so clean afterwards. And the final mask is the Glossier Moisturizing Moon Mask. This is just a really standard, nice, thick moisturizing mask. I use this all year round, but if I'm feeling very fancy, I will do a purifying mask like the charcoal or the AZTEC, and then I will immediately use this moon mask if I want to just pull out everything bad and then put in all of that hydration again. I love doing that. I'll also multi-mask, which is now a term. So I'll use the purifying mask in some areas and then I'll use this hydrating mask in other areas, so that way every bit of my skin is being targeted and treated for what it needs. And to top off my extras, I use the Kate Somerville Eradicate Acne Treatment. I've used a lot of these camphor, sulfur dip things. It's basically got like the pink sulfur, camphor in the bottom, and then alcohol on top. You dip a Q-tip in, you pull the Q-tip out, and you don't shake this, you just wanna like pull it through that layered system and dot the liquid on top of your spots. It helps dry them up while you sleep. It smells pretty terrible, but I feel like it does definitely dry up spots a lot faster. Okay, now on to nighttime skincare. The first thing that I do at night is I remove my makeup, and for that I have 2 items. The first item is the lazy option, and that is my Yes to Cucumber Soothing Facial Wipes. These do not feel very nice on the eyes, but they work reasonably well on the face. No matter what your situation, I don't care if you come home hungover, I don't care if you come home at 6 in the morning, take off your makeup. If there's one thing that if I could go back in time and do 2 things differently, it would be that I wouldn't pluck off all of my eyebrows in high school, and that I would take off my makeup every night and moisturize. This is not cleansing your face, but this does help break down heavy duty makeup, and it makes your first cleanse a lot easier. The next product I have, I've mentioned on my channel before in an empties video. This is the PIXI Double Cleanse, and it is, one half of it is solid cleansing oil and the other is cleansing cream. This is amazing at breaking down heavy duty makeup. If you have lash glue stuck to your eye, if you have crazy waterproof makeup, this breaks down all of it. I absolutely love it. So that would be my first cleanse, and then I would go back in with either the Paula's Choice Blemish Prone Cleanser or the DERMA E Purifying Charcoal Cleanser. Either one of these, depending on what my skin's doing. I don't have a morning cleanser and a night cleanser, I just do a second cleanse. That's how I prefer to do it. Once my face is cleansed, I will go in with a toner. I have the PIXI Glow Tonic, which is 5% glycolic acid, and I will just pour a little bit out onto one cotton round and wipe this over my face and neck. I think it's really what keeps my skin looking bright and glowy, and it keeps the dead skin like off my face, because I don't want a buildup of that, and neither do you, I promise. The other product is the Paula's Choice Resist Daily Pore Refining Treatment, and this is a 2% BHA. The main difference between the PIXI Glow Tonic and the Paula's Choice BHA, so the Glow Tonic is 5% glycolic acid, and the Paula's Choice is 2% BHA. Now, glycolic acid is more of your AHA, which is alpha hydroxy acid, and the BHA is and the salicylic acid in this is your beta hydroxy acid. They do totally different things. If I'm not mistaken, and please correct me if I am, the glycolic acid and the AHAs are more on the top layer of your skin, and the BHAs / salicylic acid penetrate the skin a little bit more. I mean, the epidermis, where all of your pores and, you know, potential acne and all of that stuff, all of that is like not that deep, so you just have to think about like micro layers. But basically this doesn't penetrate as deeply into the skin as this does. So depending on what my skin is doing, depending on what else I'm using, will depend on what I use that night. At this point I like to use a serum, and it's like the same thing with the toners, it's just depending on what I am feeling that night. But I use either the Hydroluron, and this is an amazing serum by Indeed Labs. I've been using this for years. The first time I found this, it was only available in Canada. Now I can find it pretty much anywhere on the internet, so I will leave a link. I'll leave a link to all of these down below. Of course, I want you guys to be able to find these if you're interested, but Hydroluron is their name for a hyaluronic acid serum. As I mentioned prior, hyaluronic acid is completely different from salicylic and glycolic acid. It doesn't exfoliate, but it helps retain moisture. And so if you use this serum, and if you use the Glossier one I talked about, but more this because it has more hyaluronic acid in it, what will happen is your skin will drink up your moisturizer better, and it will retain all of that moisture better. I see such a difference, not when I use it, but when I stop using it. My skin looks a lot more dull, it looks less elastic and bouncy, and I want really juicy, bouncy skin. My other serum is more of a treatment, and this is the Paula's Choice Resist C15 Super Booster. It's 15% vitamin C with vitamin E and ferulic acid. This is just to keep my skin looking nice and bright. I find that vitamin C serums often will help reduce dullness, but in a different way than hyaluronic acid. It doesn't, you know, add moisture, it doesn't help lock in the moisture, but it helps give you that brightness. I'm not as knowledgeable about this, I'll be honest with you, but I do see a big difference in my skin when I use it. I use an eye cream at night. This is the Tarte Maracuja C Brighter Eye Treatment. I got this as a sample and I have been absolutely loving it. It's been making my under eyes feel super moisturized. I love this eye cream. It's pretty standard. I don't know that I believe that you need to get the most expensive eye cream if you want to have beautiful skin. I think pretty much if an eye cream works for you, then that's cool. The last product is my nighttime moisturizer, and that is by Paula's Choice. This is the last product, and this is the Resist Intensive Repair Cream for dry to very dry skin, and it has 1% retinol in it. Now, I'm not super knowledgeable about retinol, but I do know that I'm in my 20s and I don't want wrinkles, and I have done and I've made lifestyle choices that have created little wrinkles here and there, and I don't want them to be prominent. I want to kill them before they can get bad, and the 1% retinol in here will help at diminishing those little fine lines. If you're my age or older, I'd recommend putting a little bit of retinol into your routine, but obviously keeping in mind the other ingredients that you're using and not mixing anything super heavy. You don't want to do a heavy treatment with a heavy treatment because your skin's just gonna freak out, but this is a very small amount. It's a good place to start if you have skin similar to mine. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I love having you all here, and I will speak to you guys in the next video. Have an amazing day. Bye!